part-time wage increase of 4 hours for certified police officers on the Lamar's Police Department using America Rescue Plan Act funds at a total of $89,500 to implement a 10-step scale for police officers.
I just noticed, it's up in the body of the wording, but should we add effective January 1st to the motion?
Yes.
Okay.
Effective January 1st.
2024.
2024. Yeah,
Second.
thank you. I think that's good, Jason. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this?
I would point out one thing. The chief came forward to the two committees involved with some exceptional circumstances that justify taking this action in and around our normal process for addressing wages. Does not mean that our concern for the rest of the city staffs and wages and things like that is not important. We've got budget process coming up where we're going to be trying to address in a fair way the rest of the city staff too. But this exception, and it is a legitimate and justified exception, deserves the council's support.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah, as a hiring manager myself, I understand all too well how hard it is to find skilled labor and keep them right now.
Yeah.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Mayor and council, thank you.
Okay, we are scratching action.
Why are we calling this one?
Can we advise why we're pulling the E4 from the agenda?
There's no need to find alternate funding.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Skipping over E4, which was not included on our approved agenda, we'll go to the DA Davidson Agreement. Staff has been working with Mike Maloney of DA Davidson on the financing of the water treatment plant improvements, the RO. Attached is an agreement to engage DA Davidson to serve as underwriter for the potential issuance of water revenue bonds for the project. Administration recommends council approve the agreement with DA Davidson. The fee for DA Davidson is roughly $262,500 based on a $30 million bond issuance.
Any questions that I can't answer?
The 30 million is based on, I've been on
That
this
is
road.
RO, raw water line, and well 15.
And an extra well.
Yeah.
Because I've heard this figure bounce everywhere.
That's why it took a significant jump. Because
Okay.
originally all the estimates were strictly for the RO.
For the RO, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why it answers my question.
Yep.
What's the planned location for well 15?
C38, the far southeast corner of our property.
Okay.
Yep, southeast, not southwest.
Yeah,
It's
the
up
far
the hill.
southeast.
It's up quite a ways.
Yeah.
Is that firm or is that kind of an estimate right now? Is that still in the?
Yeah, because they're still in,
That's an estimate.
they're in final design yet,
Right, I thought so.
which I think is due in December, by the end of the year, I think, final design.
We're waiting a little bit on the south tech this more information back to us, but the DNR kind of dragging their feet on getting things, they're taking quite a long time to get this up there. So it's turned over to DNR to review, and then get back so they can finish their design. So DNR has given the approval.
Is this premature to that? If there's a change by the DNR and it changes this number?
It's a rough number anyway, it's not firm.
Okay. So this number floats, I mean, is it kind of up to or?
It says
I don't know how it works.
roughly.
Their cut is
Yeah. It's a strategically placed word,
Okay,
roughly.
Right. That's fine.
We had a meeting last week with Brewers, and their estimated time that we might be breaking ground would be September of 2024. So that's the timeframe, that's the worst case scenario.
On the RO or on
On the
the?
RO.
On the RO.
So by the time it takes to get the DNR approval, bidding and all that stuff,
Okay.
Then how long to build it?
2 years.
Okay, so
Water softeners.
Get the
in
one.
the, Clark,
I'll sell you mine.
in the agreement, to the total fee, in the agreement, it is 0.875% of the principal amount of the securities issued.
Okay.
So,
Is that pretty standard in bond issues?
I think-
Underwriting? I wouldn't have any idea.
no, I believe Mike had told me that that's probably on their lower end, but it's standard for what they've done in the past, so.
Sure.
Somehow they'll squeeze by on that.
Yeah. That's cool.
Make a motion authorizing agreement with DA Davidson to serve as the underwriter for the issuance of water revenue bonds for water treatment plant improvements.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Deleting property from the Lamar's Highway 75 bypass urban renewal area. Dorsey and Whitney LLP has prepared proceedings to delete property from the Lamar's Highway 75 bypass urban renewal area. The current Lamar's Highway 75 bypass urban renewal area is set to expire in 2026, with the potential for development in specific areas of the current area requiring city assistance. We would not recoup those expenses within the current area's time restraints. It is recommended that a specific area be removed from the current urban renewal area in order to create a new area with a blighted area designation. Blighted urban renewal areas do not have a specific sunset. Attached is an aerial of the recommended area to be removed. Administration is recommending council approval per Dorsey Whitney's recommendation. The removal of property from a TIF area does not require a public hearing, but does require majority approval.
Yeah, so it would need to be a 4 to 5. 4 out of 5.
Oh, supermajority.
Yep.
So it appears to be an area surrounding Business 75.
It's the same thing.
But then can you help me out with what changes on the one we're being asked to accept? Is it just the one little parcel?
Just a little part up by Erdmanville, right?
That's what I'm thinking, just that little ear by Erdmanville, right?
And the designation.
It starts at Erdmanville and goes all the way along Business 75 to the airport.
Yeah, but the only
But the only
change,
change is up in the
the
corner.
only change from what we're being asked to delete
Yeah.
versus what we're being asked to bring on is just Erdmanville.
Yeah, so everything that is being taken out is gonna get put back in
That's what I mean,
as a different urban renewal,
with no sunset.
except for way up at the top, there's 3 little parcels that have 3 little houses on.
So what's the idea of no sunset?
You have longer time to develop, plus recoup costs.
A lot more flexibility.
You can sunset it when you want, but there's not a mandatory sunset.
Right,
With the
not
normal
built in,
TIF area.
okay.
And because it's blighted, there's some state and federal incentives that a developer could apply for because of that blighted designation,
Right.
such as a brownfield tax credit.
Yeah, okay.
So, but as far as the length of it, that's up to you guys and the school district. And
To me, it's less risk for the city because we can keep it as a TIF until it is paid off.
correct. If there's a project that would require that.
Right.
It'd take a pretty substantial project.
Good.
Motion to adopt resolution number 2346, deleting property from the Lamar's Highway 75 bypass urban renewal area.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, we'll have roll call, please.
Wick,
Yes.
Bruns,
Yes.
Goodchild,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Wick, I'm sorry, Sturgeon,
Yes.
I got two votes
That's awesome.
on election day.
Is that all? Motion to approve the first reading of ordinance number 2346, deleting property from the tax.
Wait, no.
I'm sorry, ordinance 983. See, I did the same.
Reverse.
Yeah. Motion to approve the first reading of ordinance number 983, deleting property from the tax increment financing district for the Lamar's Highway 75 bypass urban renewal area.
I'll second that as well.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Wick,
Yes.
Bruns,
Yes.
Goodchild,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Sturgeon,
Yes. Motion to waive the second and third readings of ordinance number 983, deleting property from the tax increment financing district for the Lamar's Highway 75 bypass urban renewal area.
Second.
Everybody's looking at me for it.
A motion and a second. Roll call, please.
hey, Goodchild,
No.
Donlin,
Yes.
Wick,
Yes.
Bruns,
Yeah.
Sturgeon.
Yes.
Just for clarification, I'll gladly waive the next one, but I want 2 weeks of public input on this, if I get any. Well, that's why, just to let you know.
All right. Moving on to,
Motion to adopt.
oh, excuse me.
But
Go
wait,
ahead.
there's more.
Motion to
That
adopt ordinance 983, deleting property from the tax increment financing district for Lamar's Highway 75 bypass urban renewal area on its first reading.
Second. I have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Goodchild,
No.
Donlin,
Yes.
Wick,
Yes.
Bruns,
Yes.
Sturgeon.
Yes.
Motion carried. Now we can move on to E7, is that right? Okay. Designation of Lamar's Business Corridor Urban Renewal Area and Urban Renewal Plan. Dorsey and Whitney LLP has prepared proceedings to establish the Lamar's Business Corridor Urban Renewal Area and Urban Renewal Plan. Attached is an aerial description of the area plus the urban renewal plan. It is being recommended that a new blighted urban renewal area contain properties specifically along Business Highway 75. Blighted urban renewal areas do not have a specified sunset, and they allow developers to apply for brownfield tax credits. The urban renewal plan contains 2 specific projects: the area locally known as Erdmanville and is platted as Highway 75 Business Park. Both properties are currently owned by the Lamar's Business Initiative Corp., LBIC. The LBIC is currently working to create development in both areas. The city is being asked to assist through infrastructure or incentives. Administration is recommending council proceed to a public hearing. The proposal will also be acted on by the Planning and Zoning Commission. The consultation meeting with other taxing entities will take place on November 22, 2023 at 1 p.m. at City Hall.
All right, one correction. It's actually November 20 will be the consultation.
Okay.
So that's a Monday instead of a Wednesday, is that correct?
Yeah, because it
For the meeting.
it has to be so many days before the public hearing.
Oh, okay.
So the latest it could be done would be the 21st, so I moved it to the 20th. Yeah, so this is adding, like we talked earlier, this is adding everything back in as a new urban renewal plus the 3 lots up top. Creates a new, the tax base is frozen once it's approved, so it starts from a new starting point. Any questions on what we're talking about as far as the 2 specific projects included in the plan? Everybody knows where those are at? Okay.
Motion motion to adopt resolution number 984, establishing December 5, 2020.
2347.
Jeez, I'm all over the place today. Thank you.
I screwed you up. I started
I'll let
that.
you say that, I think you did. Motion to adopt resolution number 2347, establishing December 5, 2023 at 12 o'clock PM for a public hearing on designation of Lamar's Business Quarter, Urban Renewal Area, and Urban Renewal Planning Projects.
Second.
A motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Donlin.
Yes.
Bruns.
Yes.
Goodchild.
Yes.
Wick.
Yes.
Sturgeon.
Yes.
Motion carries. Moving on to action item number 8. Runway 1836 Reconstruction Project, Professional Services Addendum Number 2. Attached is an Addendum Number 2 to the Professional Services Agreement approved on December 1, 2020 for the Runway 1836 Reconstruction Project. The additional fees are due to the length of time needed to complete the project. Administration recommends council approve Addendum Number 2. The city and Bolton and Mink continue to discuss with Goberson Smith the completion of the project closeout and liquidated damages. The additional fees are not reimbursable from the FAA.
Is the extension basically due to the fact that there was
It's taken so long.
There was a delay in getting it poured?
Hmm.
So,
Delay in
This
getting
week.
it constructed and a delay in them finishing punch list items.
so we're being asked to pick up a bill,
That's still, yeah, so it's a cost.
but can it come out of the liquidated damages?
Ken?
Should.
It certainly should.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what we're still arguing about.
Okay.
And is that,
But this is sent to us.
something that is gonna happen in our
Got a lot of-
lifetimes?
Yeah, and you're like, it's got a lot of moving parts to it right now. So,
Yeah, so this is coming forward because it is, I mean, it's an actual cost to Bolton and Mink because they've had to be up here.
More, right?
Yeah, so that's why it's sent, this is sent to us because we do have an agreement with them. It did go over that agreed upon price, so that requires an addendum. So that's simply what this is. How we end up paying for it is still undetermined. I mean, that's the discussions that's still happening.
Right. Can I ask a question, Mike?
yeah.
They didn't complete on time of a contract. How much discussion can there be?
They have a lot of different
Yeah, they couldn't get-
reasons that they are going to assert that may or may not
Work or?
correct.
It's
So
a
it's-
finger pointing thing.
Yeah, okay, so that's when Jason's had some discussions preliminarily with them. There's been some discussions about what we're gonna do with it. It's just not complete.
All right.
But there's about 54 days worth of Bolton and Mink expense. That's about what the overage is. That's pretty
I think the
long.
overage was a little higher than that, maybe.
Basically a half year?
Jason, no, it wasn't that.
Yeah, so
It's 2 months.
if you read into what had happened, it's 69 days over
69.
as of now. But if it continues to not be done, that's going to get added to.
So it's still growing.
Yeah, I don't want to get into too much detail because of where it might end up, but there's a dispute on whether or not they need to do any more, or whether or not the punch list is done or not done. So,
And this is for work that they've already completed.
yeah, Bolton and Mink, yes.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll live up to our agreement with Bolton and Mink, and we just have to hold. our
Work on
agreement
the other one.
side. Yeah.
Motion to approve addendum number 2 to the professional services contract order number 10 with Bolton and Mink for the Runway 1836 Reconstruction Project in the amount of $52,840.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to discussion items. Jason, you're up.
Plywood Trail, they continue to work on it. Some of it is poured. If you've been by there, down in the Merrill area, there is some rec trail there. This morning, they were doing some trimming, setting string line, which means they're getting another section ready to pour. Don't know when they will pour it, but they're still working on it. Their intent is to still get it poured this year. So
Is there steel in it? Because I haven't been down there lately.
I don't think there's required to be steel in
I
it.
didn't ask you, but I didn't know if they were putting steel in it.
I don't believe so, but I know at the drives, they're thicker. I mean,
They're on the
they'll
bridge.
handle the equipment going across them at the driveways. Building pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's built more like a sidewalk, I mean,
Yeah.
okay. Didn't mean to interrupt it.
The 7th Avenue K-49 project, I believe all the paving's, at least on our portion, I don't go look at what the county's portion is, but it still needs to be backfilled. That's not done. And I would anticipate, I would hope that gets done this year yet, so. When I was out there this morning, I didn't see any activity on our part, so yeah, that's progressing. But UV project, there was a meeting this morning, so there was an update on that. That is getting close to significant completion. Doug is here, I guess. So they have little less than 30 days, I believe, before significant completion is supposed to be done. I think some startup of equipment will happen in December or shortly after the first of the year. So that project's wrapping up too. That was it. That's all I had.
Joe, you have anything?
How about that railroad crossing back there?